Before we get started, I would appreciate if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today in this video I want to introduce you to this domain name service for XDC. So it's relatively new. It's similar to the Ethereum name service. I don't know if you are aware of it, but Ethereum, if you go to OpenSea and you go to ENS, then it's similar to this basically. I'll go through it to explain it to you as well. But if you look at the Ethereum name service, just imagine how you have website domain names, but this is more for Web3, so the cryptocurrency space. And there's benefits to having one, and we'll go through it in this video. So this is the XDC Web3 domains.xdc. And what does it allow you to do? It allows you to replace a crypto address with a domain name. So if you were to buy an XDC domain name, you can replace your crypto address. You know how we have those long string of numbers for our crypto addresses? You can then replace it with your domain name. So in the past, whenever you sent crypto to another person, you needed their wallet address, which consists of a long string of letters and numbers. Today, all you need is a domain name, making it easier than ever to send and receive cryptocurrencies. It's security, privacy, and safety. And what these domain names basically are, they are basically NFTs. So once you buy a domain name, then you would own that domain name always, and it'll be connected to your address. So it's a one-time registration fee and there's no renewal fees. And this is something that I like about the XDC domain names, is that there's no renewal fees. Because if you look at the Ethereum domain system, they have renewal fees. So you'd have to, basically similar to how you have the website domain systems, where you have to pay for your domain name every year, and it's the same with the ENS system. So not only is Ethereum, for one, a blockchain that has high gas fees, you also have to pay renewal fees for every time you buy an ENS, so you'd have to pay for it yearly. And the fees are literally based upon the length of the domain name. So the shorter the domain the domain name on Ethereum, the cheaper the more expensive the renewal fees. And that's how it works. Whereas with XDC, it's a one-time registration fee and there's no renewal fees. So the registration fee is again based upon the length of the domain name. So if you're getting any domain names that are 5 digits or longer, then it's the cheapest. So XDC domains are not rented. After buying a .xdc domain, it is yours forever. No one can request any renewal fees from you. Domains can be stored in your wallet like cryptocurrency, and only you can control it. It's an NFT basically, so you can move it around, and it's something that you own once you buy it on the XDC network, and there's no renewal fees, which is really cool. So these are features of having a domain name, if you're interested in having one, is you can set your own picture as your NFT avatar. You can connect it to a public profile, so public visible profile information such as your website, social media links. From that domain name, you can create unlimited subdomains for your company or whatever. NFT gallery, your NFT collections can be displayed and organized. SDK and API. SDK integrates with third-party platforms like wallets, dApps, DeFi, because you can use your domain name as your address. So when someone is sending you crypto, they can just send it to your domain name address. So you can transfer XDC domains. You can also transfer domains, .xdc domains between domains or addresses easily. Because it's like an NFT, it's like a token, a non-fungible token on the XDC network. You can send it from wallet to wallet. And this is a cool feature, is that it's multi-wallet addresses. You can store many different types of wallet addresses such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, etc. under your domain name. XDC, of course, as well. So you can have a domain name, whatever you want it to be. I mean, they are sort of going fast, all the good ones anyways. And you can have crypto sent to your domain name from different types of crypto, and it would automatically go to its corresponding address, of the way I understand it. So here's the roadmap of this project. It's launched Q3 2022, and this is the website, and they've got Twitter, they've launched a testnet and mainnet. And these are the features that they're working on: an NFT avatar, social links, and being able to transfer domains. In Q4 2022, you're going to be able to list domains on an NFT marketplace. Now, OpenSea is a marketplace for NFTs on the Ethereum network. So ENSs, which are Ethereum name services, they are NFTs, and they are listed on this OpenSea marketplace. Now, there's going to be a marketplace for XDC domain names as well, so you can trade and sell your domain names. And this is good if you have domain names that people want. They can go for a high price, potentially speaking. Build SDK and API for third parties, launch profile page, launch NFT galleries, launch subdomains. So launch the abilities to create subdomains off of your domain name. Now, this is next year, Q1 to Q2 in 2023. They want to update the smart contract, launch a landing builder tool, launch referral programs, launch extensions, and launch a governance system. And it's in Q4 2023. Open a forum for community. It seems like they want to release a token here, XDCD token airdrop for holder. So I'm not sure what this is exactly. Maybe a token is going to be airdropped to people who own domain names. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's going to have a staking and farming, and is hopefully list this token on an exchange, and there'll be buyback and burn of the token. So anyways, so if you would like to create a domain name, you can create it if you want for your own personal self, or you can even buy domain names for investment purposes. And if you look at, for example, the Ethereum domain names, and we go to price, highest last sale, for example, you can see some examples of how some domain names have really went for a high price. Like this one here, paradigm.eth, last sale was 420 ETH, 000, it went for 300. Sam, the name sam.eth went for 100 Ethereum. That's crazy. So you can see like domain names do go for a high price, especially if you have wanted domain names like Samsung, Nike. So people that own these domain names, they can potentially sell it for a high price. The last sale was 60 Ethereum, and that's a lot of money, 60 Ethereum. So now you can create XDC Web3 domain names on the XDC network, and they would be .xdc, and the difference is that it's on a better network. In my opinion, I see XDC being just as big or even better than Ethereum one day. At the moment, it's still relatively unknown, but it has so much growth potential, the XDC network, and I see it one day being just as big as Ethereum. And that's good for the XDC token, and that's potentially good if you have XDC Web3 domain names and you buy them now for dirt cheap, and in the future you're potentially able to sell them once this network has a lot of adoption and growth, because it can do everything Ethereum does, and it's much faster, and it has really low gas fees, and it's a awesome liquidity token. As we know, it's compatible with the ISO 20022 standard. So that's another thing going for XDC the network. So having domain names would be pretty cool to have, even if it's for a personal a domain name, just so you can have crypto sent to you under a name that's easily remembered rather than a long string address, or whether you want to buy domain names for investment purposes with the hope to flip it later on. So let me show you how to buy domain names. So go on to, all the links will be in the description. So xdcdomains.xyz. If your XDC is stored on your ledger, then have your ledger connected. And you'll click on launch app. Now it will tell you to select a wallet. Click on select wallet. If you have your XDC stored with the extension XDC Pay, you would click on this. If you have your XDC stored with your MetaMask, if you watch my previous video, maybe you have your XDC stored with your ledger under MetaMask. So you would click on that. Just make sure on the MetaMask extension you're on the XDC network and your account is the wallet that you want to connect to, and you have your ledger plugged in. So in this example, I'm going to click on XDC Pay, and make sure you have your ledger connected and you have your ledger under the Ethereum app. Okay, so now here you can see where it says search domains. So you can search for a domain. Now, on a lot of the top ones are gone, I'm afraid. So you can't go in and type in Google and expect to get the domain name Google, because you would see this, that's been taken. But what I find is really good domain names. If you want to do a personal one, then you can just do, for example, just say your name is John. Like John it's probably going to be taken. But then if you want to make it personalized to you, John 101, for example, and that's your personal one, that's fine. But now if you want to buy them in order to be able to flip them, what I find are the best ones are names. They seem to be good, especially common first names. Countries, they seem to be going. Top companies, so if you have like Google, Amazon, Nike, all that stuff, they seem to be going. Stuff like that. Names, countries, even words, like generic words. For example, let me type in healthy, for example. That's gone. Wealth, for example. That's gone. So words like that. And also some numbers. So if I type in 100, that's probably gone. Someone's taken that. So you got to be at this stage, because a lot of good domain names are gone. It doesn't mean there isn't a lot of good domain names still out there, because I think, like, if you look at, for example, ENS on Ethereum, ENS, it tells you that there's 1.7 million items. That means there's 1.7 million ENS items, I assume, that's listed on OpenSea, and there's 475.4 thousand. Is either 1.7 million items listed on OpenSea or 1.7 million of them created. I'm not sure, but you can see that there's a lot of them that has been created already. But when it comes to the XDC domain names, we have about 3,000 to 4,000 maybe that's been created so far. So there's still so much good ones out there. You just got to think outside the box a little bit. So let me see if I can think of it. Oh, before I do that, let's just look at the price. So let me just go back to John 101 because that was available, and let me just show you the price. So if it's 2 characters, then you'd have to pay 64,000 XDC. If it's 3 characters, you'd have to pay 9,600 XDC. If it's 4 characters, 1,920, and 5+ characters is 320 XDC. So personally, I'm looking for the 5 characters plus. I don't really want to spend 64,000 XDC on a domain name. I want to go for the cheapest. And just because it's the cheapest, it doesn't mean you can't flip it for much more than 320 XDC in the future. Of course you can. So let's look at some names. Let's think of a name. For example, I found this name that hasn't been taken, Samantha. Now you see Samantha here, it has not been taken. You can get it for 320 XDC. Now if you go to Ethereum, this is just to do some a little bit of, what do you call it, a little bit of research or market research, should I say. Samantha, type in Samantha, not Ethereum, go to OpenSea, type in samantha.eth. And the reason why I'll say do this is to give you an idea on what it's going for on, I spelled Samantha wrong. It will give you an idea on what it's going for on OpenSea. So samantha.eth, the best offer so far was $19.89. Now, it has 214 views, 5 favorites. But if you go down, this is what I recommend you guys do. Click on clear all and click on sales. The only thing you want to see is how much it's been sold for, and offers. Offers gives you an idea on how much people are actually interested in buying it and what they want to buy it for. So if you look here, a day ago, someone put an offer in to buy this name for 0.8, but that offer expired. This person really wants it, 0.8, 0.7. Someone wants to buy it, and this is Ethereum, by the way. So that's quite a bit of money. $55, someone wants to buy it for. So let's just scroll down, see the offer for Samantha. Oh look, someone wanted to pay 1 Ethereum for the name Samantha 22 days ago. Now, all these offers have expired. So whoever owns this domain name on Ethereum, clearly they're not interested in actually selling it. Someone here put in an offer for 3 Ethereum. How much is that? 3 Ethereum, that's well into that's probably a few £1,000 to buy the name Samantha a month ago. So you can scroll down and you can see it was sold for 3 Ethereum as well. And someone put in, so it was sold for 3 Ethereum. So you know this name Samantha, okay, from the ENS domain name samantha.eth on OpenSea is going for, or someone's willing to pay as high as 3 Ethereum for it. So that kind of gives you an idea. So if you buy Samantha on XDC, potentially someone in the future may be willing to pay you 3 Ethereum worth in XDC for the name Samantha, because it's a first name. So that's why it's probably going to be more sought after than names like Samantha 100, which no one's really going to want, are they? So it's going to be Samantha, first name. And that's why when you type in most first names in this thing, for example, I'm just putting some random first names, you're going to find a lot of them are gone. Now that's one thing, names. And let's look at countries. A lot of the countries are gone. Finland. Now you can't be typing in America, England. Those countries are well taken. You've got to be a bit more creative now and look at the countries that are not taken. So what do I recommend you to do? Go to Google Maps and start looking at countries. So here we have Iceland. Let's see if Iceland's taken. Probably is. Okay, so Greenland. I'm sure. Okay, this is Venezuela, Guatemala. Is anyone taking Guatemala? Probably not. Guatemala. Also make sure you spell it right. You don't want to buy a domain name that you spell wrong. Guatemala. See, Guatemala.xdc is not taken. Now, what I would quickly do is go to here just to check out to see if there's any demand for that domain name on OpenSea. And here you have it. Someone put a 0.25 Ethereum best offer so far for Guatemala, which is $400. And it has 81 views, 2 favorites. And if you scroll down, click on clear all, you can get a history of, click on sales and offers. You can get a history of the sales and offers. So look at the offers are going in here. 0.25, 0.25, 0.3, 0.3. Now, the same person clearly wants to buy it. That's what he obviously wants to buy it. 0. Oh my god, it's the same person putting in different offers. Okay, let's go further down. This guy really wants it. OXFatal.eth. Okay, someone put an offer in for 3 Ethereum a month ago. Someone put an offer in for 1 Ethereum, and it's all expired. So the fact that it's expired, the person who owns this domain name is probably not interested in actually selling it. But as you can see, offers were put in for as high as 3 Ethereum, 1 Ethereum, and people are willing to pay that much for it. So that's just an example. There's other countries. I mean, what people do, they go for the top countries, but then there's many other little countries that people may forget and ignore. So let me see. Tanzania. Tanzania is available. Let me see what Tanzania is potentially going for. So you get the idea what I'm trying to say. Yeah, another one best offer 0.25. So someone's out there trying to collect countries for their domain names. It could be someone that's out there like this guy OXFatal. He seems to be putting in offers for all the countries. This guy probably wants to have all the countries on his address. He wants to own them all. Look at him. So it's not really that high. I mean, 0.4, 0.5 Ethereum, 0.5. The highest I see is 0.5. Okay, but still, if you bought a domain name for 320 XDC, what's that? Less than £10, and you were able to flip it for 0.5 Ethereum in XDC or whatever, then that is a nice flip. It's much more than 320. Imagine you bought this domain name for 320 XDC. Let's just talk in XDC as a currency. You bought this domain name for 320 XDC and then you flip it for 3,200 XDC once the open market is open. That is a nice return on your investment here. So you got to pick domain names that are going to be sought after by people. And I'm noticing countries are one of them, and first names seem to be sought after, even cities. So you look at cities like Cairo, for example. Cairo is available, Cairo.xdc. Now if I type in London, London may probably be gone. Yeah, I thought so. So cities are also eventually going to all be taken. The reason why we still have cities now is because this is still relatively new, the XDC domains. I mean, give it a year from now, come back here, you probably won't be able to find anything. So if I go to Cairo.eth and see what it's going for on OpenSea, and the recent best offer is $20. Rubbish. Let me see. Sales and listings, not listings, offers. Okay, let's see. Someone was willing to pay 3 Ethereum for it a month ago. The offer expired. 1.4 Ethereum. So as you can see, look at some people are willing to pay a large amount of money for it. The domain name actually was sold for 3.29 Ethereum. Someone actually bought it for 3.29 Ethereum. Mad Caps Laugh. So Mad Caps Laugh bought it. Does he still own it? No, he doesn't. For 3.29. Where is that? Looks. So he bought it 3.29 Ethereum. Let's see. Another sell 0.58 Ethereum. I mean, Cairo seems to be doing decent, especially when you see people wanting to pay up to. People bought it for 3.29 Ethereum, 3 Ethereum. It was an offer made in 3 Ethereum. So you know what? I may just buy Cairo. Why not? For this example. So I'm going to buy Cairo in this example, and I'm buying Cairo because if I don't buy it, somebody else is going to buy it eventually. And it seems to be that on this OpenSea marketplace, it was sold for 3.2 Ethereum, and offers have been made for 3 Ethereum, 1.4 Ethereum. I mean, if I bought Cairo for 320 XDC and a year from now someone wanted to give me 1.4 Ethereum worth of XDC, so long as it's more than 320, I'll be happy with that flip. Or if someone wanted to buy it off of me for 3 Ethereum. In fact, if I bought Cairo for 320 XDC and someone wanted to pay 3 Ethereum for it, I'll be happy with that flip. So I'm going to show you how to do it now. So Cairo.xdc, let me buy Cairo. I'm going to mint it now. At this stage, you have your ledger connected and you have it on the Ethereum app. And all you literally have to do is confirm the transaction. So basically 320 XDC is about 8.56 USD, which is probably about £6. That's fine by me, £6. So you go review the transaction on your ledger device. Now make sure on your ledger device blind signing is turned on. It's either under the setting on your Ethereum on your ledger, the app, make sure blind signing is turned on, or it's contract data. Make sure that's switched on. You're going to have to do that in order to confirm transactions. And now it's done. Congratulations on your successful purchase. I can view the transaction on the blockchain. So let me see, view transaction. Okay, here's the transaction on the blockchain. It's under XRC721 token transactions, and you can click on view NFT, and on the blockchain I own Cairo.xdc. So what that means is I can connect Cairo.xdc to any of my XDC addresses, and I can then have payment sent to me by Cairo.xdc. So instead of someone having to paste my whole long string XDC address, they can just simply use Cairo.xdc and voila, they can send payment. I can receive payments. And not only in XDC, I can receive it in Bitcoin by linking the Bitcoin address to Cairo.xdc. I can link it to Ethereum and receive Ethereum payments and so on. Also, with this domain name, you can also, under a browser that supports Web3, you can also have a website as well. So it's like owning Cairo.com, but it's Cairo.xdc for the Web3 internet. Yeah. So that's it. I bought this domain name, Cairo.xdc. I own it. It's a NFT that I own, and it's on the blockchain. So if I just go to tokens and I go to XRC721 transfers, okay. Now this is different transfers of XRC. Okay, this NFT is not actually showing. So these are basically other people that have purchased domain names. I'm not sure why any of theirs are not shown. So let me click on it. I think because they have, here's Romania.xdc. So all these people, there's total 33,734 transactions found, showing the last 10,000 records. So these are different people purchasing XDC domain names. Someone just bought Refinitiv.xdc. So people are actually purchasing these. That's why you're going to find. Now I noticed when people have emojis in their domain name, it doesn't actually show the picture. So you have the Nike with a tick. That's why it's not showing. Now I won't add any emojis to mine, because if you add emojis to yours, it just makes it complicated. So some people are adding silly emojis like that. Now if someone wants to send you payment, they've got to find that emoji to make sure your address is valid. And that just makes it really, really complicated. The whole idea of these domain names is to simplify that long string of addresses. So when people start adding weird stuff into it like this, you're just making your your domain name address just as complicated as a long string of addresses to send payment to, unless the idea is not even to use it for payment but just to use it as a like an art piece NFT. So yeah, so this is just a video for people that want to buy some XDC domain names while we're still very early and while they're cheap. The good thing about these domain names is that once you buy it, you own it. It's not like the Ethereum ones where you have to pay a rental on the domain name because you don't actually own it. You own it, but you rent it at the same time, and you have to pay a renewal fee every year. With the XDC ones, once you buy it, you own it and it's yours. And there will soon be a marketplace where you'll potentially be able to flip it. Make sure you buy names that are first names that are very common, maybe names of countries, cities, businesses, generic words that you think people would actually be interested in, like wealth, health. There's so much words out there. Let me just type in system.xdc, this random word. System.xdc, that's a generic word. Look at that, it's taken. So you think of like words that you think, okay, that would make a good payment name address that will probably be sought after, and then just try to secure those. And a lot of the good ones are taken, but there's still a lot of good ones out there because there's only about 4,000 domain names that have been purchased. So there's tons of good ones still on the market. You just got to be a bit more creative with your approach as to how you go about finding them. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so as to not miss my next video. Take care and goodbye.